All right, everybody, welcome into Tuned Into NoCo. I'm Ashlee, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with the event director and founder of Pastels on 5th, Vicky Paul-Bryant. So first off, Vicky, thank you so much for joining me today. It's great having you in our studio. Now, you are putting on the festival Pastels on 5th, which is in its 12th year, which is awesome. Can you tell our listeners what this festival is all about?
Absolutely, and thanks so much for your interest in our event. So Pastels on 5th is Loveland's very own sidewalk chalk art festival, much like the Denver Chalk Arts Festival. It highlights one of Loveland's most distinguishing features, its internationally renowned arts community. The focal point of the event is the incredible artwork created right on the sidewalk by over 150 artists from all over Colorado.
Wow.
These are professional, amateur, and student artists who participate. The artists use a set of 24-color non-oil pastels to create their artwork. And then each sidewalk's art square is sponsored by an area business, corporation, service club, school, church, or individual patron of the arts. So we turn 5th Street in downtown Loveland into a huge and colorful sidewalk gallery.
That is so cool. Wow. So where do you find these artists?
Gosh, they come from all over. Some of them have participated in the Denver Chalk Arts Festival. Many of them are local Loveland artists who, they love to participate in the event because they know that it's supporting a great cause. It gives them an opportunity to just be out there doing their artwork. Since it's a free event, people come from all over to see what they're doing. So it's great exposure. It's great community service. And again, a lot of students. We've got a lot of middle school and high school artists who are, quite frankly, phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh, that's incredible. You guys are also going to be having live music, food, and vendors, and a kids' art area. What is that?
Sure. So honestly, the kids' art area is just a space designated for them, and we put out a lot of extra pastels, and we just do a very unstructured kind of thing for kids. They just get to grab pastels and try it out and see what they can do and have fun with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what does this festival fundraise for?
Sure. Alternatives to Violence is a small nonprofit in Loveland that provides shelter, advocacy, education, and resources for people impacted by domestic violence, sexual assault, and human trafficking. So they do incredibly important and amazing work in our community. When we started Pastels on 5th, ATV did not yet have a domestic violence shelter. And in fact, that was what all the money raised those first few years went towards, was helping them acquire a shelter, which, by the way, is almost always at full capacity. And domestic violence shelters, if you don't know this, are critically important because when victims of domestic violence go to stay with family or friends, if that's even an option for them, they put those family and friends in harm's way from their abusers.
Interesting. That's something I never thought about. Wow. So is there a certain amount of money you guys are hoping to fundraise?
Yeah, absolutely. We hope this year that we can give to Alternatives to Violence at least $50,000 after all expenses are paid.
Okay.
Yeah, and one of the neat things about doing a sidewalk chalk art festival is our overhead's pretty low. We know we're not paying for a ballroom in a hotel. We're not paying for a fancy meal. We just work with the city, and we are using sidewalk squares. Our only expenses tend to be the pastels and some other advertising and those kinds of things. So it's a pretty inexpensive event to run. So we're able to give a lot of money to ATV.
Absolutely. And you said this is a free event.
It is.
Perfect.
It's completely free. It's family friendly. No tickets are necessary.
Awesome. Yeah. And what time does it start?
So the event opens to the public at 10 a.m.
Okay.
The artists start checking in between like 8 and 10. So we really say it's open to the public at 10 a.m. It goes until 5 p.m.
Okay, cool. So kind of going back a little bit, the artists, do they come and paint like a few days prior to this event? Like, how does that work?
Sure. No, they check in between 8 and 10. We actually give them their pastels when they check in, along with a fancy little artist swag bag. And we provide breakfast for them. Actually, Chick-fil-A is donating all kinds of breakfast biscuits for the artists this year. And so it's between 10 a.m. and 5 that they are creating their artwork.
No way.
And it's really fun to come down early to see all the different formats and techniques that the artists use.
Seriously?
Yeah, so people often come down in the morning to watch them get started. They might go do something else later in the day, and then come back that evening or the next day to see all the finished artwork.
Wow. Yeah. And do you guys have like a theme? Or do you just leave it up to the artists?
We leave it up to the artists. Yeah. Now, some of them, once they find out who their sponsor is, they might, choose to do something that's related to whomever the sponsor is or whatever the sponsor is. Others just, they've got something in mind that they plan to do. So we really give all the artists creative license to do whatever they want. We do tell them family-friendly, not political, just to make sure that it stays a fun, family-friendly event.
Well, how fun. It sounds like a great time. Everyone listening, definitely check out Pastels on 5th. It's happening September 10th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in downtown Loveland. For more information, you can visit pastelsonfifth.org. Now, if someone is interested in sponsoring the event or participating as an artist or vendor, where should they go? What should they know?
Absolutely. What you just said. If they, I'll say we're still accepting sponsors, artists, and marketplace vendor registrations. If anyone's interested in being part of the event, they should go to our website, like you said, Pastels on 5th, and that's 5TH for 5th. All of the event information and details are on our website, including those registration pages. For those interested in sponsoring the event, sponsorship levels begin at $150 and go all the way up to $5,000 with varying sponsorship benefits. Artists pay $10 to participate. And we provide the pastels, a swag bag, breakfast and lunch, and a T-shirt for the event.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And is there a deadline that people need to get this done by?
There is. For sponsors who want to sponsor at the $500 level or above so that they get their logo on our poster and T-shirt, they need to sign up by this Friday. And then let me look up the other date real quickly. Total sign-ups, August 26th.
Okay. Great. So the deadline for signing up as a sponsor or artist is August 26th.
Absolutely.
Great.
And it's possible that we might cut off the artist signups before that. We tend to get way more artists than we even have sponsors.
Really? Okay.
And we're kind of running out of room in our space on 5th Street, so we might have to cut that off a little earlier. So I would encourage any artist who's interested to sign up right away.
Okay, perfect. You guys heard that. Definitely get on signing up, especially if you're an artist. If someone can't make the festival, can they still donate?
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, if they go to our website, we will have a gallery of all of the artwork from this year. And if they want to donate in this way, they can vote for their favorite artwork in the People's Choice voting. And that's $1 per vote, but you can vote as many times as you want for as many pieces of artwork as you want. So I've seen people donate $50 to their favorite and maybe $25 to their second favorite and $10 to their third favorite, piece of artwork.
Oh, awesome.
And again, all of that money goes directly to Alternatives to Violence.
Wow, amazing. And People's Choice, are you guys going to announce the winner?
We do.
Yeah, when are you guys going to do that?
Absolutely. The Sunday after the event.
Okay.
Because voting will stay open all week long. So people can vote at the event or they can go online to vote after the event.
Okay.
We've got that full week where people can be looking at the artwork and going down and viewing the artwork either on 5th Street or online in our gallery. And then we will announce the People's Choice winner that Sunday afterwards.
Okay.
And I should add that we also have juried awards. So at the event, we've got judges walking around looking at all of the artwork.
Awesome.
And at 4:30, we will announce their choices for first, second, and third place, as well as a Young Artist Award. And there are cash prizes that go along with that.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. That sounds like a blast. What is the size of the artwork? What size do these artists have to work with?
Absolutely. So if the sponsor is a square sponsor, they are sponsoring a 4x4 piece of artwork.
Okay.
For those who are event sponsors and they give us 500 or more, they have a 5x6 square. So the artist has 5x6. And then for the sponsors who are donating 1,000 or more, they get a 6x6 square.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So a lot of times artists might have a helper with them or another artist working with them because it can take a while to fill 6x6
Right,
square of artwork.
Yeah, cool. And how long is this artwork going to be on Fifth?
Stays on Fifth until it washes away naturally.
Okay.
And actually, if you were to go down to Fifth Street right now, you can still see color from last year's
No
event
way.
ground into the sidewalk. Yes.
That's so cool. That's fun. Kind of switching gears here, you are the event director and founder. What's your background? How did you get into doing this? Why did you found Pastels on Fifth?
All right. So I graduated from Humboldt State University, which is now Cal Poly Humboldt in Arcata, California, way up in the Redwood Coast. In fact, Arcata hosts Pastels on the Plaza, which is where I got the idea for this event from. Humboldt and its graduates are known for their commitment to community service, so that's part of where my service ethic comes from, that and my faith background. But in 2009, my mom passed away, and at that time, I was part of the sandwich generation caring for aging parents and raising two amazing boys. But once my mom passed away, I wanted to honor her and all she went through as a victim of domestic violence at the hands of my father. So I decided to volunteer for Alternatives to Violence, or ATV. At that time, they were looking for a new fundraising event, and that's when I thought an event like Pastels on the Plaza, which was back in Arcata, might work in Loveland. So I proposed that event to the ATV board, and away we went. And my background is actually in higher education, and it includes event planning. So I was up for it. It felt like a great way to support ATV and to give back to the community.
That's really incredible.
Thanks.
Well, keep on doing what you're doing. Is there anything else that you'd like our listeners to know?
You know, I think I've said most of it, but I basically want your listeners to know that it's a great family-friendly event. It supports an incredibly important cause. Come join us, watch the artists in action, listen to the live music. You can shop for Christmas gifts early in the marketplace and vote for your favorite artwork. And know that you're supporting Alternatives to Violence and the critical role they serve in the community. And I would add, anyone needing help from Alternatives to Violence can call their office at 970-669-5150 or text 970-669-5157.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Vicky, again, thank you for being here. Guys, you heard that. Check out the festival, Pastels on 5th. It's happening September 10th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in downtown Loveland. This festival, like Vicky said, is raising money for Alternatives to Violence. For more information about the festival, visit pastelsonfifth.org.